the fact that it's non-nuclear actually is part of the game changer. I wonder if you could explain what that means.
That plant, which was a mile long and a mile wide, so we're talking, 1 square mile, which is a big area, was completely destroyed. Somebody who's in a position to know from the U.S. side told me it was completely destroyed. And you're going, wait a second, how could that be? We didn't see these massive fireballs. We didn't see columns of smoke rising. We didn't see burning. These things went down and hit and penetrated at a force with traveling in excess of Mach 10. So what you've got is now the destructive power of a nuclear weapon without the radiation, without the blast wave effect, without the smoke and the dirt being sucked up into the atmosphere, creating a cloud around the earth that could block the sunlight, without that hurricane force winds tearing every building down out for miles around. And it's precise. That's the thing. The precision of it was such that Putin boldly stated, in the future, if the West continues this, we will then retaliate and hit military targets. We're going to give you advance warning. We're going to tell you that we're going to hit this target because there's nothing you can do to stop it. This is, I call it his Babe Ruth moment. Remember that from the World Series where Babe Ruth calls the shot, points to center field, and then puts it in center field? Vladimir Putin's calling the shot. He said, go ahead, try me. Now, we'll find out if these reports about the 5 ATACMS that's reportedly were fired at Kursk at an airfield were true or not, because the other Russian media and I've been monitoring. South Front reported it. Nobody else is reporting it as much of a big deal. But once something like that happens, it gets reported and reflected in the Russian media, Russia's going to strike. Now, what this can do, they can hit every military base in England, in France, in Germany, in Poland, within minutes. And all they promised to do was to give advance warning so civilians and military personnel that are still in possession of their faculties can get the hell out and escape. So that's why I'm saying this is a game changer, because we've never had a weapon system that could be delivered with such power and such accuracy that it could literally destroy this monster of a plant. That, when you think about a mile worth of buildings, underground buildings. And I asked this friend of mine, I said, what's the story? He goes, it's dust. It's dust. And there are other eyewitness accounts reporting the same thing. Now, that's one of the reasons that the Ukrainian intelligence service, SBU, has shut down, classified any reports coming out of there. Well, if there was no damage, if there was minimal damage, man, come out, take the TV crews out. Hey, look at these Russians are lying. The Russians aren't lying. And so Vladimir Putin has put a marker on the table. He's calling his next shot. And the Russians now, they don't have to go nuclear. I don't know what you call this. They're calling it the hazelnut or Oreshnik.
Yeah.
And maybe Oreshnik is going to come to symbolize something new within military jargon. You can't imagine that there's something else out there. And it's like, prior to last Thursday, could anybody imagine that Russia could launch a weapon that would have the effect of a nuclear bomb without all the nasty side effects? And I bet you 99.9% of the people in Washington, D.C. say, that's crazy. That never happened. It happened. It happened last Thursday. Wake up.